Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live refresher for the SBI PO exam brought to you by TalentSprint. I hope all of you are in good health and you are fully geared up now to take the SBI PO exam, which is starting day after tomorrow. I'm sure all of you have already got your call letters and you know what is the date of your examination, and I think you should make sure that you plan these last few days before the exam in the best possible way so that you can walk into the examination center with full confidence and give your best shot, right? Remember, these last few days are very, very critical, right? Learning new things now is not a great idea, right? You should instead focus on taking maybe 1 or 2 mock papers a day, and more importantly, analyzing your performance in those mock papers so that you can better your real exam performance. All right? Don't panic if you find that your preparation has not been optimum. Don't try to indulge in unnecessary things and disturb yourself, right? You should be focused. You should keep yourselves positive and calm and composed so that you can give your best shot in the real examination. All right, so I think anywhere between 2 days to 9 days for all of you for your SBI PO examination, right? For those who have got the exam on 1st of July, just 2 days to go, right? And I think you should simply relax now, right? And others who have got exams on 7th, 8th July will have around 8-9 days left. So all the best to all of you for your preparation and for your performance in the SBI PO exam. I hope those who all give their best get through this first round and appear in the SBI PO main examination. Okay. Now, before we get into the discussion for this session, let me tell you we have updated the calendar of events for the month of July. So all the TalentSprint students can check out what all live classes we are going to conduct in July and what are the different mock tests and all mock exams that will be conducted. Right. Most of these would be focused on SSC CCHIL and SBI PO mains, SBI clerks examination. Okay, SBI PO mains and SBI clerks main examination. So please check out the events calendar from your dashboard and participate in all the live classes accordingly. Okay. And one last update is that we have another session coming up tomorrow for your SBI PO preparation itself, which will be on the exam strategy, right? SBI PO exam strategy, where I'll talk about a few things which can help you double your chances of success, right? I don't really want you to worry about what the cutoff score is going to be, what should be the minimum number of questions that you should answer correctly and things like that. But then a few very, very important things that you must do, and more importantly, things that you must not do so that you can double your chances of success. So please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the SBI PO exam strategy to learn about how to double your chances of success. Okay. Now, we can get started, I assume. Reasoning ability is the discussion. We have already had one session in the morning at 11 o'clock for English language. The session at 2 o'clock was on quantitative aptitude, and this session at 6 p.m. is on reasoning ability, where we will solve the questions that were asked in yesterday's All India mock exam. Right? Yesterday, we had conducted the SBI PO All India mock exam number 10. And here's the solutions from the reasoning section of that exam. I'm sure all of you have appeared in the examination. As you can see, we also have the names of the top performers here: Pavini, Nilab, Amrita, Milan and Harisha. These are the guys who have got the top positions here. Of course, Nilab and Amrita both share second position here. Locations are Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Telangana. And scores are okay. 46.25 is the highest score, followed by 45.5, 43.25 and 42. And by the way, the next All India mock exam, as you can observe here, is scheduled from June 30. Okay, the next All India mock exam is scheduled from June 30. All the best to all those who are going to appear in this exam. So, assuming all of you are ready, let me present the first question to you all. We had asked a couple of puzzles in yesterday's All India mock exam, right? One was on arrangement of 8 boxes, one above the other, a slightly complex one. The other one was a kind of a linear arrangement where you have to arrange 10 persons in 12 seats split in 2 rows. Then there were questions on machine input output, some questions on coding and decoding, data sufficiency, right, syllogisms and things like that. So we'll start with the first puzzle. I'm sure this is a very interesting one. Those who have been attending the sessions on reasoning ability by TalentSprint would know that the best way to solve these puzzles in the exam is to skip and jump to the next one, right? However, from the practice point of view, let's take it up. The question is on your screens here, and you have about 3 to 5 minutes to crack this. Your clock starts now. I would be quiet for the next few minutes. I want all of you to try it out seriously and see if you're able to get the arrangement done. See, answering the 5 questions asked here would not be difficult. Once you have got the arrangement done, answering questions is easy. Let me quickly give you the gist of the puzzle here. There are 8 boxes which are placed one above the other. Their outer surface is colored by different colors among black, pink, orange, white, red, yellow, blue and green, but not necessarily in the same order. They contain some number of balls, all different in number. The balls are also colored by different colors, which are red, black, brown, purple, violet, grey, maroon and orange, but not necessarily in the same order. A box cannot contain same colored balls, like red colored box cannot contain red colored balls and so on. There is a total of 152 balls in all the 8 boxes. So very interesting question in my view. 8 different boxes of 8 different colors. They've got different number of balls in each of these boxes, and the colors of the balls is also different. So you have to find out what is the sequence of the boxes. You have to find out which box has got how many balls and what's the color of those balls. So it would take about 4 to 5 minutes in my view, but worth it if you can crack it in 4 or 5 minutes, because you will get 5 marks once you've got the arrangement. So your clock starts now. Yeah, I think all those who had attended the exam yesterday must have found this to be complex. Tia clearly has mentioned that this is a very complex one. Surya Prakash in the chat says yes, the box puzzle was a complex one. Let's see how many of you are able to crack it. I'm sure all of you are trying it out. Please keep me posted about what's happening at your end. Don't give up immediately. The best way to solve it in the exam would be to skip it, but here you have to try. So please try it out. Then we shall look at the solution. Well guys, you should not be skipping this immediately. I know the best way to solve it in the exam would be to skip it, but here all of you should try it out. Two more minutes and then we shall take it up, right? I'll just wait for 2 more minutes. I'm sure there are a few guys out there who are trying it out seriously. The question is a little complex, more so because of boxes and balls both being colored and some of them being common colors. Okay, so be a little careful and patient while you're solving it. So Priya here says, is that they'll give this much large type of questions in the exam? So Priya, you never know. They may ask you such complex questions. Especially in the mains exam, they do ask such questions. Okay, the countdown begins. Last minute. I hope you guys are getting closer to the solution. Hurry up. Thirty more seconds and then I'll take it up. Last 30 seconds. And it'll be great if all those who have given up can comment the same in the chat so that I know how many of you have left it there. Samriddhi says, sir, please give us 2 more minutes. Well, Samriddhi, that's what we don't have in the exam and, here as well. Okay, the time is up. So, how many of you have been able to crack it? Not many, I guess. In fact, no one here has mentioned that you have got this. So, I'll take it up now. I'm sure TalentSprint students, all of you here have seen this question in the exam yesterday, right? I just hope you did not try it, right? You should skip it. As simple as that. Remember, the best way to solve complex puzzles in the exam is to skip and move to the next one. You have very limited time, guys. Just 1 hour to attempt 100 questions. And you can't take such risks in the exam by attempting such complex ones, right? You never know how much time it's going to take. So skipping is the best solution from the examination point of view. But here, let's try it out, because you should also know the right approach to crack such puzzles. So what do we have to do? There are 8 boxes which are placed one above the other. Each box is of a different color. Then there are a total of 152 balls which have been distributed in these 8 boxes. And they have been distributed uniquely, meaning no 2 boxes will have the same number of balls. So one attribute is boxes of different colors. Second attribute is each box having different number of balls. The third attribute is that the balls are also colored, right? Like for example, if there is a blue box, it can have 6 balls and all the 6 balls will be of one particular color, but not blue. Blue box cannot have blue balls. Red box cannot have red balls. green box cannot have green balls, and so on, right? So all the 6 balls in the blue box can be red, can be orange, can be pink. All of them will be of same color. So boxes to be arranged in a sequence. So that's the arrangement. But then the arrangement has to be done based on the colors, right? So each box is of different color. Each box has got a unique number of balls, and each box has got a particular color of balls. Okay. So let's get started. Total number of boxes are 150. Total number of balls are 152. So here we go. Now at the first I need some space to try this out. I think this should help me. Let's take it up. Right. So there are 8 boxes which are placed one above the other. Their outer surface is colored by different colors, and these are black, pink, orange, white, red, yellow, blue, and green, but not necessarily in the same order. They contain some number of balls, all different in number. Remember, no 2 boxes will have same number of balls. The balls are also colored by different colors. The balls are also colored among and the different colors are red, black, brown, purple, violet, grey, maroon, and orange, but not necessarily in the same order. Now here's the important point. A box cannot contain same colored balls, like a red colored box cannot contain red colored balls, and so on. And then there are a total of 152 balls in the 8 boxes, in all the 8 boxes. Okay, 150 balls in all the 8 boxes. So what should we do? Again, clues are all given here. There are 2 boxes which are placed between green colored box and box having 16 balls. Green colored box is below the box having 16 balls, and so on. So these are all the clues which have to be used for solving this puzzle. But then if I have to kind of make a proper table in which I can fill up the values, it would be as follows. Let's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, this is like a floor based puzzle, right? All the boxes are placed one above the other. So it's like a floor based puzzle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? These are the 8 boxes, let's say. Now I'll write the box color first, the balls color second, and the count of balls, let's say, and the count of balls. So it's like a table that we are going to make here. Please do not waste your time in the exam in making this table, right? There you should just start filling up the values, right? But have a proper alignment, right? So that you don't get confused with your own handwriting. I'm doing all this drama here so that you can follow it and it looks neat when I'm explaining. You don't have to do this part in the exam. Okay, please avoid this. So this is the 3x8 table that we have to fill. Okay, 8 boxes. The color of the box will come in the first column, followed by the color of the balls in the second column, followed by the number of balls in the third column. Now let's start reading the pieces of information given here. The first point, there are 2 boxes placed between green colored box and box having 16 balls. See, it's very important. We have discussed multiple times in our videos, in our live classes, that when you are solving such questions, you should always make pictorial representations of the given sentences. Right? Like the sentence here says there are 2 boxes between the green colored box. See, the most confusing part here is the boxes and the balls both are colored. So you have to be careful. Is he talking about green colored box or the box containing green colored balls? Right? Be very, very clear with that. Is it green colored box or the box containing green colored balls? Here it's a green colored box. So there are 2 boxes between the green colored box and the box having 16 balls. And the box having 16 balls. Now, is this the best point to start? No, this is not the best point to start the arrangement in my view. Because there will be many possibilities, right? I mean, I can put green color box here, then 16 balls. See, what does he say? There are 2 boxes between green color box and the box having 16 balls. So if it is green is in the first place, the box which has 16 balls should come in the 4th place. So that in between there are 2 boxes. And we can write 16 here. You're able to follow. Likewise, there are many possibilities. In fact, 16 can be here, and the box which has colored green can be in 4th position. So green, 16. Either ways you see there are 2 boxes between green and 16. And multiplied by all the possibilities there. So not the best way to start. Of course, next statement he says green colored box is below the box having 16 balls. Green colored box is below the box having 16 balls. So if I combine the first 2 sentences, you see there are 2 boxes between green colored box and the box having 16 balls. Then he says green colored box is below the box having 16 balls. So whatever you do, the arrangement is as follows, right? I mean, if I have to write it pictorially, it is going to be like this: 16, right? Then dash, dash, and green here. I mean, let me just pictorially put it here, like this. Wherever 16 comes, there will be 2 layers in between, 1 and 2. These dashes indicate 2 layers in between, followed by the green color box. You're able to follow? Actually, it can be swapped. 16 and green can be swapped, but then the second statement says green color is below the 16 balls box. So obviously it will be always below it. So we have to fit this box now. This piece that you see here has to be, properly fitted somewhere in this bigger table. Okay, we'll use that when the right time comes. I am at this point of time trying to find out something which is very concrete. Like for example, if it says the green colored box is in number 5 position, or the box having 17 balls is in number 8 position, and so on. If something like that is given, it will be easy to start. Okay. The box having brown colored balls and having 16 balls are placed together. The box having brown colored balls and 16 balls are placed together. Now what does it mean? The box having brown colored balls. Sorry, the box having brown colored balls. Yeah, the box having brown colored balls. Remember, it's not the brown colored box. It's the box having brown colored balls and the one which is having 16 balls are placed together. So brown and 16 would be together. So this is like one more piece. I can swap these two, by the way. 16 can be above, brown can come below, or brown can be above, 16 can come below. See, try to understand in the representation here. When we talked about green color box, I wrote green here and see, I'm trying to map it with the column. This green is in the first column, right? So it is the green colored box. This brown is in the second column, right? So it is the brown colored balls. And 16 and 16, of course, is the count. So don't get confused. That is this brown colored box or brown colored balls. It is under second column in my representation. So it's brown colored balls for me. You understand? That's one way of keeping it simple. This green is in the first column. So it is the green colored box. Okay. What does this arrow indicate? 16 and brown can swap their positions. Okay. Next. There are total 14 maroon colored balls. Fine, we cannot use it immediately. There are 3 boxes placed between green color box and the box having maroon color balls. Okay, so it is very clear. We know that there are 14 maroon colored balls. So maroon and 14 will be together. Right, maroon and 14 will be together. There are 3 boxes between green box and the box having maroon colored balls. So between green and maroon, again there are 3 boxes. So you can make pictorial representations of all these points. Let me quickly find out what is very useful to start. There are 2 boxes below the green color box. I think this is the key. There are 2 boxes below the green color box. This is the most important part here. What does it say? There are 2 boxes below the green color box. So obviously green colored box will come here. Yes or no? This is the best point. There are 2 boxes below the green color box. So below the green color box there should be 2 boxes. Now because of this, a lot of other things will get fixed. Because the first statement was involving green colored box. The second one also involved green colored box somewhere, right? So see, let's use this piece now. What does it say? We had made this, right? Between green and 16, there should be 2 places. 16 should be above that. So green is here, 1, 2, 16 has to come here. Wherever there is green, you have to leave 2 places. These 2 lines indicate 2 gaps, and then 16 has to come in the count. So this point is done. Now, brown colored balls and 16 balls box will be together. So brown will either come in 5th position or in 7th position. Yes or no? Brown and 16 have to be together. So brown will either come in 7th position or in 5th position, because 16 color balls are in the 6th position. So this point has not been used yet. Okay. Next, there are total 14 maroon color balls, which also is not very useful immediately. There are 3 boxes between green colored box and the box having maroon color balls. This also can be used. There are 3 boxes between the green colored box and the box having maroon color balls. So between green colored box, meaning position number 3, and the box having maroon colored balls, there should be 3 boxes. So can maroon come below green? No, because there have to be 3 boxes. 1, 2, third one is not available at all. So maroon has to come on top. Where will it come? See, there are 3 boxes between green colored box and maroon colored balls. So 1, 2, 3. Maroon has to come here. Yes or no? Maroon has to come there, because this is the green color box, these are maroon color balls. In between we have got 3 positions. And we also know that there are total 14 maroon colored balls. So the 14 count has to come here. Very simple. Yes or no? The count 14 has to come in this place. That's done. Now look at the next point. There are as many. Okay. Now I think before we move to the next statement, this also can be fixed. We know that brown and 16 are together. So on top, if it is maroon colored balls, at the bottom it should be brown colored balls. See, we had already discussed that brown will come either in 7th position or in 5th position. Right? Brown will either come in 7th position or in 5th position. So here, since maroon has come on 7th position, brown has to come in 5th position. Now there are as many number of boxes which are placed above the white color box as below the box having red colored balls. I think this information cannot be used immediately. Let's find something more easier to work with. White colored box does not contain 14 balls. white colored box does not contain 14 balls. What does it mean? So this cannot be white. This one cannot be white. White cannot come there in this line in 7th position. Why? Because it says white colored box does not contain 14 balls. So this cannot be white. Keep that in mind. There is 2 boxes placed between red colored box and the box containing red balls. Let's represent this pictorially. There are 2 boxes between red colored box and the box containing red balls. So between red and red there are 2 boxes. Between red and red there are 2 boxes. So red dash 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 red. You understand the representation? Red dash dash red. There are 2 boxes between red colored box and the box containing red colored balls. Again, these 2 can be swapped. Next, red colored box contains 6 balls more than green colored box and is placed somewhere below the green colored box. Okay, so he says one red colored box will contain 6 balls more than the green colored box and is placed somewhere below the green colored box. So red colored box is placed somewhere below the green colored box. Red should come below green. Red box should come below green box. So if red box has to come below green box, there are only 2 choices. Either red box comes here or it comes here. In 2nd position or in 1st position. Yes or no? Red will either come in 2nd position or in 1st position. Just keep that in mind. And there will be a gap of 2 between red box and the red colored balls. Now try to use it immediately. Suppose I take red color box in 2nd position. What happens if I take red here? There should be a gap of 2 and then there should be red color balls. So red 1, 2 and then here should be red color balls. But do we have red color balls there? No. These are brown colored balls. So can red come here? No. Are you able to follow? We know that there are 2 boxes between red box and red colored balls. If I take red in 2nd position, red balls should come in 5th position. But that's already blocked by brown. So red cannot come in 2nd position, which means red box comes in 1st position. If red box comes in 1st position, then the red balls will come in 4th position. According to this point, there are 2 boxes between red box and the red color balls. Now, if I look at the other part of the question, it says red box contains 6 balls more than the green color box. Red box will have 6 balls more than green color box. Let's assume the green color box has got G balls. Red color box will have how many balls? G plus 6 balls. Done. That's the representation, right? If green has G balls, red will have G plus 6 balls. The red color box contains 6 balls more than the green color box. So G and G plus 6. Next, highest number of balls amongst all boxes are placed in pink color box. Okay, so highest number of balls will be in pink box. Just we'll use that next whenever useful. No box contains more than 30 balls. No box contains more than 30 balls. Fine. Then orange colored box is placed immediately below the pink colored box. Orange box is placed immediately below the pink colored box. Orange is placed immediately below pink. How will you represent that pictorially? Orange is immediately below pink. So if it is pink here, orange will be immediately below that. Boxes, I'm talking about boxes, not balls. Boxes, because it's in the first column, remember? Orange is immediately below pink. So this piece has to fit somewhere. Already 1, 2, 3 have been fitted. This piece also has to fit somewhere. So it can be 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4. There are multiple possibilities. The box containing orange color balls is placed somewhere above the box containing red color balls. Okay, the box containing orange color balls is placed somewhere above the box containing red color balls. Now above the box containing red color balls, if orange has to come, there are only 2 choices. Either orange will come in 6th position or in 8th position. Yes or no? Orange balls will either come in 6th position or 8th position, because it says the box which contains orange balls is placed above the box containing red balls. But not at the highest place. Okay, done. But not at the highest place. Orange balls are above red balls, but not at the highest place. See, above red balls, there are only 2 positions available, 6th or 8th. But we know that orange balls will not come in the highest place. 8th is the highest place, right? So orange will not come in 8th position, which means orange has to come in the 6th position. Clear? So this part is done. The yellow colored box contains 22 balls. Yellow box contains 22 balls, which is also equal to the total number of balls in black colored box and the box containing black balls. So yellow box, where is yellow box? We do not know. But yellow box contains 22 balls, fine. Which is also equal to the total number of balls in black box and the box containing black balls. So understand, the point is this, black plus black should be equal to 22. You understand what is black plus black, right? Black plus black is what? Black box and black colored balls. The count has to be 22. And the yellow box has 22 balls. Yellow box has 22 balls. Take a next point. There are two boxes placed between the box containing 12 balls and the box containing 22 balls. There are two boxes between 12 and 22. Okay. 12 and 22. There are two boxes. So it's like this: 12 dash dash 22. I mean, if I have to represent that pictorially, and these two can swap each other. 12 and 22 can swap their positions, but in between there should be two boxes. So this point has been understood. So either we should know where is 12 or wherever is 22, so that we can fix it. No box contain 10 ball. Okay. The yellow colored box is placed somewhere above the green colored box. Yellow box is placed somewhere above the green box. Okay. Somewhere above the green box means there are multiple possibilities. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All are possible. The box which contains violet colored balls is placed immediately below the box which contains 24 balls. The box which contains violet colored balls is placed immediately below the box which contains 24 balls. So violet is immediately below 24. Okay. That also cannot be used immediately, right? But you should know that violet is immediately below 24. Okay, so let me go back now and see what point can be used. Okay, this point will be useful now. There are as many boxes. This point we can use now, which we had not used earlier. We can use it now. See this? There are as many number of boxes which are placed above the white colored box as below the box having red colored balls. Meaning the number of boxes below red colored balls, the number of boxes below the box having red colored balls is equal to the number of boxes above the white colored box. See, how many boxes do we have below red colored balls? 1, 2, 3 boxes. Below red colored balls, we've got 3 boxes. Meaning above white colored box, there will be 3 boxes. Yes or no? Above white colored box, there will be 3 boxes. So we can fix white box now. Where will white box come? 1, 2, 3. White has to come here. You're getting it? White color box, where is it? It says white color box will have as many boxes above it as the number of boxes below the box having red color balls. So below red color balls, there are 3 boxes. So above white box, there will be 3 boxes. So that fixes the position of white. And I think because of that, I'll also be able to fix pink orange position. This pink orange point that we noted earlier, right? See, we know that pink box is above the orange box. Pink box is immediately above the orange box, or orange box is immediately below the pink box. So 2 consecutive positions should be available for pink and orange. 2 consecutive positions have to be available. Where can 2 consecutive positions come? Either 8, 7 or 7, 6. Either 8, 7 or 7, 6. But can pink orange go in 7, 6? No. If you write pink in 7th position and orange in 6th position, orange and orange cannot be together. Remember this point. The box cannot contain same colored balls. Right? Red box cannot contain red balls. So orange box cannot contain orange balls. Meaning for pink and orange to be together, the only possibility is pink coming in 8th position and orange coming in 7th position. Because 7th and 6th cannot be taken. If you take 7th and 6th for pink and orange will come together, which is not allowed. So that is also done. Right? This point is also done. What else? Highest number of balls will come in pink box. Remember, this will be highest. Whatever comes here will be the highest count. What's the next point? The yellow box contains 22 balls. Okay, look at this. I think one important point here. We know that yellow box contains 22 balls. Yellow box contains 22 balls. Yellow will have 22 balls. And somewhere we knew that yellow will be above green. The yellow box is above the green box. Yellow box is placed somewhere above the green box. Now above the green box, there are only 2 possibilities. 4th position or 6th position. Yellow should come above green, 4th or 6th. But yellow will have how many balls? 22 balls. Now if you take yellow in 6th position, the number of balls will be 16 and not 22. So yellow cannot come here. So the only choice is yellow has to come here. And since this is the yellow box, it will have 22 balls. That also is done. Yes or no? So we have used 2 points. And we of course know that yellow 22 is the total number of balls in black colored box and total number of black balls, which we have already noted. We have not used it yet, but we'll find it, we'll fix it. Okay. Now I think try to use this last point, no? The box which contains violet balls is placed immediately below the box which contains 24 balls. Sorry. Violet is immediately below 24. Violet is immediately below 24. Where can it come? The box which contains violet balls. Violet balls is immediately below 24. If violet is immediately below 24, see, where can 24 come? 24 cannot come in top position because immediately below should be violet, not possible. 24 cannot come in this position because immediately below that has to be violet. Can 24 come here in G place? No, because immediately below that violet can come. Can 24 come here? Yes. See, what are the possible positions for 24? Remember, violet balls will be immediately below 24 balls. So if this is 24, immediately below that will be violet. I think 24 has to come in this position, second position. I'll tell you why. Can 24 come in the top position? No. Why no? Because if 24 comes here, then immediately below should be violet. Here we have maroon. Can 24 come in this position? Fifth position? 24 cannot come in fifth position. Why? Because if 24 comes here, this should be violet, which also is not allowed. Can 24 come here in G's place? It cannot come. I'll tell you why it cannot come. This is very, very logical point. You have to all pay attention to this. I am saying 24 cannot come in this position. Why can't it come in this position? Understand. If 24 comes here, means G is 24. If G is 24, G plus 6 is 30. If G is 24, if you fix this as 24, this should be 30. G plus 6 should be 30. Which means the red colored box has got 30 balls. But we know that the highest number of balls are in pink colored box. And no box contains more than 30 balls. Highest number of balls will be in pink box. Highest number of balls should come here. And that highest value can be 30. It cannot be more than 30. Right? Pink should be less than or equal to 30. It cannot be more than 30. Yes or no? Pink box should have maximum 30 balls. It cannot have more than 30 balls because no box has more than 30 balls. Now the point is, if G is 24, G plus 6 becomes 30. If this itself is 30, then pink cannot be 30. Pink has to be something other than 30. But can pink be more than 30? No. Pink has to be less than 30. But can pink be less than 30? No. Because pink has got the highest number of balls. If you put 29 here and 30 here, then that point is defeated. Which point? That the pink box has got highest number of balls. Highest number of balls are in the pink box. So I am saying G cannot be 24. If G cannot be 24, this is 24. Because in the last position also we cannot take 24. Below that we don't have place for violet. So this will become violet. Yes or no? So 24 and violet are also fixed. Where is 24 and violet? This is also fixed. And I think we can fix this also. I forgot. When we had fixed 22, we could also fix 12, no? When we have fixed 22 here, this point was there somewhere. That between 12 and 22, there are two boxes. 22 is here. So there should be two boxes between 12 and 22. So 22 dash dash 12, not possible. It has to come below. 22 dash dash 12. G plus 6 is equal to 12. G plus 6 is equal to 12. If G plus 6 is 12, G will be equal to 6. Yeah, I think I should have used this point even before, so that 24 is directly fixed. So that's the reason. See, I always say that sequence is important, right? Sequence is important. 12 and 22 will have two boxes in between it, right? If I had used this point earlier, I don't have to worry so much about where will 24 come, because 22 is here, 12 would come here, then this will become 6. So the only choice for 24 would be this. Anyway, it's done. That is done, right? Now, what else is left out? I think two boxes are left out, some 3 colors are left out, and 3 counts are also left out. 2 counts are also left out. Black and black is equal to 22. That has to be used. Black box and the number of black colored balls is equal to 22. Okay, where will black come now? Tell me. Where will black colored balls come? I think that's very, very interesting again. Where will black colored balls come? Can black colored balls comes here in second position? No. Can it come in second position? No. Because if black balls come here, total number of black balls itself is 24. How can something plus 24 be equal to 22? Not possible, right? We know that the number of balls in black colored box and the number of black colored balls should be equal to 22. Which means the number of black colored balls should be less than 22. Less than 22. Yes or no? Number of black balls should be less than 22. Because black balls plus count of black box is 22. So black balls should be less than 22. So black balls cannot come here. Right? Can black balls come here? No. Because you know that this is going to be more than 24. If this itself is 24, highest will be more than 24. So black cannot come here and black cannot come here. Hence black has to come here. I know that black balls are 6. So now it's clear that number of black balls is 6. So 6 plus what will be 22? 16 plus 6 will be 22. Yes or no? 6 plus 16 is 22. I have got to know that black colored balls, the count is 6. Which means the black box will have 16 balls. Only then 16 plus 6 will become 22. So where is 16 balls? 16 balls is here. Which means this is the black box. Done. So this point has been used. I think that's the key. Black plus black, count should be 22. Now only one box is left out. What is that box? Black, pink, orange, white, red, yellow, blue. Blue I think has not been used, right? Where is blue? Blue has to come here. In colors, 2 colors are left out. What are the ball colors of the balls? Red, black, brown. Purple has not been used. Purple is there, and gray. Gray has not been used. Some point was given about gray. Gray colored balls are not 24 in number. Gray colored balls are not 24 in number. So gray cannot come here because gray is not 24 in number. So gray has to come here. If gray comes there, then the purple one has to come here. Now what is left out? Okay, the sum of these two is left out. I mean the number of balls in gray, pink box and number of balls in white box is left out. Everything else is done, right? Everything else is done. So find out now, how will you find out the number of balls in these two places? Anything else is given there? The only thing I know is no box contains 10 balls. No box contains 10 balls. See, we know that there are total 152 balls. Try to use this point. We very well know that there are a total of 152 balls, right? Let me just do one thing. I'll clear off some part here so that I get some space to write. I'm clearing all this markings that we have done. We have already used these points, right? All the pictorial representations have been used. Right? What am I trying to do now? Just a second. Yeah, so this is 6 and this is 12, we know. Let me just write that. Here it is 6 and this is 12. See, understand the total is 152. Sum of all the columns is equal to, sum of all the rows is equal to 152. Now find out the sum. Let's assume this is, number of balls here is, oh sorry, that's not 30. I cannot fix it as 30. Highest will be 30, but I mean maximum it can be 30. Is it mentioned? Highest number of balls amongst all the boxes are pink colored balls. No box contains more than 30 balls. Okay, so be careful. Don't write 30 for pink directly. Don't write 30 for pink directly. It will be less than or equal to 30. Is it actually equal to 30? We don't know. You're getting it? No box contains more than 30. No box contains more than 30. So maximum there can be 30 balls. So the point is, let's assume the count here is P and the count here is W. Pink box and white box, right? We know that P plus W should be the sum of, 152 minus all this, right? Find out the sum. 14 plus 16 is 30. 30 and 22 is 52. 52 and 6 is 58. 58 and 24 is 82. 82 plus 12 is 94. So I can say P plus W. P plus W equals to 152 minus 94. Yes or no? 36, 42, 54, 70, 36, 42, 64, 80 and 94, yes. 152 minus 94, which is 58. 58. P plus W equals to 58. So what is P and what is W? Remember, P is going to be more than W. P is the highest, right? P is the highest. It's going to be more than W. The point is this. If P plus W is 58, even if I assume P is equal to W, if P is equal to W, then each one should be 29. See the logic. If P and W both are equal, then each one should be 29, because 29 plus 29 will make it 58. But we know that both cannot be equal, right? P and W cannot be equal. P should not be equal to W. And we also know that P should be more than W. So the only possibility is P is equal to 30 and W is equal to 28. You're getting it? P should be equal to 30. P should be equal to 30 or less than 30. But if P is 29, suppose you start with 30, P can be 30. If P is 30, then W is 28. If you take P equals to 29, what happens if you take P equals to 29? W also will become 29, which is incorrect. We know that the number of boxes are all different in number. Number of balls are all different in number. If suppose you take P equals to 28, then W will become 30. But is that correct? No. W cannot be more than P. W should be less than P. So clearly the only possibility is P has to be 30 and W has to be 28. And that's the final answer. That's the final answer, right? I would repeat all those who have marked P equals to 30 directly, because he said no box contains more than 30 balls. While they have got the right solution, they are actually wrong. Remember, the statement does not say that number of highest balls is 30. It says the box cannot have more than 30 balls. So highest can be less than 30 also. It ends up being 30, that's a different story. You getting me? So that's the final arrangement. If I read it out from 1 to 8, the sequence of boxes is red, blue, green, yellow, white, black, orange, pink. The sequence of balls is violet, purple, black, red, brown, orange, maroon, grey. And the count is 12, 24, 6, 22, 28, 16, 14, 30. Okay? And now I think we can answer the questions very easily once the arrangement is done. Look at the questions. 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way and so form a group. Which one does not belong to that group? So you have to find out the odd one here. Pink 16, black 22, green 12. I have to go back. Pink 16, what is the relationship? Pink 16. Okay. I'll use a different color so that we understand what we're doing, right? Pink 16. That's the relationship. Then it said what? Sorry. Black 22, green 12. Black 22, black 22, green 12. I think I've got the logic. See, pink, 2 boxes below is 16. Black, 2 boxes below is 12. Green, 2 boxes below is, sorry, black 2 boxes below is 22. Green 2 boxes below is 12. So I am sure answer cannot be pink or black or green, because already they have got the sequence. White 14, orange 28. Check that. White 14. White 14. No, white 14 is like this. Orange 28 is this. Yeah, so which is the incorrect one? I think orange 28 is the incorrect one, because white 14 also has a gap of 1. If you see, pink 16 has a gap of 1, white 14 has a gap of 1, black 22 has a gap of 1, green 12 also has a gap of 1. Orange 28 has no gap. They are together. So orange 28 is the odd one. Orange 28 is the odd one. Which of the following combinations are not true? Which is not true? Pink gray 30, I think that is correct. Pink gray 30 is correct. Right? Which is not correct? White brown 28. White brown 28 is also correct. Right? Black orange 6. Black orange 6. That is incorrect, because black orange 16 is the number. Black orange 16. So what is incorrect? Black orange 16 is incorrect. Both 2 and 3 cannot be the answer, because 2 is already wrong. So I think black orange 16 is the 6 is the incorrect combination. How many boxes are placed between orange box and 6 balls? Orange box and 6 balls. Orange box is here. 6 balls are here. How many are there in between? 6th position, 5th position, and 4th position. Yes or no? Orange box and 6 balls. There are total 3 here. So 3 should be the answer. How many boxes are placed below the yellow colored box? How many are below yellow colored box? Yellow is here. How many are below yellow colored box? 3. Green, blue, and red. So again 3 is the answer. Which of the following statements is true? Which of the following statements is or are true? There are 16 grey balls? No, there are 30 grey balls. I remember. There are 30 grey balls. Yeah. The orange box contains maroon balls. Orange box contains maroon balls? Yes. Orange box actually contains maroon balls. So second one is true. Is the third one also true? Check. The black box is placed below white colored box. Black is below white. Is black below white? No, black is above white. Black box is above white box. So this also is wrong. Hence fourth option also becomes wrong. So the correct answer is B. The orange box contains maroon balls. So you see, answering the questions is a cakewalk. All we have to do is the arrangement, which would take about 4 to 5 minutes. Now please do not go by the length of the explanation, right? I mean, you might be wondering that I have spent about 20-25 minutes solving this. So how do you expect us to solve the same question in 5 minutes? Remember, I was not solving this question, number 1. I was explaining it to you, so it has taken so much of time. Point number 2, even if I solve, it may take more than 5 minutes. You never know. That's the reason the best way to solve this question would be to skip it. Remember, take it for granted. When you are going for your SBI PU exam, day after tomorrow or 8th or 7th of July, you will come across 2 or 3 puzzles in the reasoning section, or maybe more, let's say. Out of 35 questions, let's say 3 or 4 are puzzles. Never touch those questions. don't touch those questions immediately. First, solve all the other questions, remaining ones, independent questions. Machine input output, syllogisms, coded inequalities, coding and decoding, directions, alphabet, blood relations, ranking and ordering. Try to solve such questions. After you're done with these questions, with the remaining time that is left out, right? You know that each section will have its time limit of 20 minutes. So if you have spent 10, 12 minutes, 13, 14 minutes solving other independent questions, then in the remaining time, you can attempt only one puzzle thoroughly in my view. And in that time, you choose the one which you think is the easiest of the given 4 puzzles. And go ahead with it. You may or may not get the answer still. But then that's the strategy you have to follow. Do not try to solve the puzzle the moment you saw it. Like for example, if I take it up, this was the first question that was asked in the exam yesterday, right? If I start solving it immediately, I may end up wasting all my 20 minutes in this question itself. Even if I crack it, how many marks will I score? Only 5 marks. Is it worth it? No. I better spend the same 20 minutes solving other independent questions on syllogisms, coded inequalities, and data sufficiency, etc. Okay, so smart students will skip such complex questions, right? The best way to solve is not to solve. Just move on to the next one. Okay? Is it clear? I think for the first one, some of you have pointed that in the first question, let me just present this. In the first question, I marked the answer as option 4, but looks like the answer is I marked the answer as option E, orange 20, but the answer is option 4. Yeah, you're right. I think I did the analysis correctly. Black 22, there is a gap of 1. Green 12, there is a gap of 1. Yeah. White 14 also, there is a gap of 1. Pink 16 also, there is a gap of 1. Where there is not a gap of 1 is the hold on. Orange. Yeah, orange 28 also there is a gap of 1. Yeah, orange 20 also there is a gap of 1. The only thing is, in all the other cases, the number mentioned is below the box, except white 14. Sorry. I thought the count is different. My bad. Answer is white 14. Because in pink 16, black 22, green 12 and orange 28, the number of balls that have been mentioned are 1 position or 2 positions below the box is given here. Whereas in this case, 14 is 2 positions above the white box. So that's why white 14 becomes the odd one. Alright, thanks for pointing that out. So that's how you solve this. Is there any other question here, or can we move on to the next one? I know we have spent close to 40-45 minutes on just one question, but you know that it was a complex one, and you should solve such questions during your practice. It'll widen your reasoning skills, right? So better try it out always. Clear? Okay, somebody has pointed this. Surya Prakash has asked a question. Let me clarify his doubt here. He says there are 2 boxes below the green colored box. Is the statement given there? They haven't mentioned the word only. Then how come we take it for granted? There can also be a possibility of 3 boxes below the green colored box. No. Surya Prakash, I know where you are coming from. I've always mentioned that you should focus on the word only, right? Like for example, only, or like for example, if it says A is below B. A is below B does not mean that A is immediately below B. A is below B. He can be immediately below B, or 2 positions below B, or 4 positions below B. So there you have to be that precise. But in this case, what did the question say? The question said there are 2 boxes below the green color box. It definitely means that green color box is in 3rd position and there are 2 boxes below it. Why can't it be anything else? So you are saying that since the word only is not given there, it can be more than 2 boxes also. There can be 3 boxes. But understand, if you take 3 boxes below green color box, then green goes in the 4th position. And then the statement which says there are 2 boxes below green color box becomes false. Because there are 3 boxes below green color box. You're able to follow. So that only thing that you're trying to look at is not applicable here. It's applicable when he says, like for example, it's usually for, immediately or not immediately. You're getting it? If you say there are 3 boxes, then the statement itself will go wrong, right? He says there are 2 boxes below the green color box. How can you say there are 2 boxes? There are 3 boxes below the green color box. Okay? Yeah, I think Rama also had the same doubt that she has mentioned there, but then in that case the statement will become wrong if you take more than 2 boxes. Let me now go to the next one. I think we will start with we will take up some questions on data sufficiency now. There were 5 questions asked. Let's quickly take up some of these. So here's the question. Try it out. Data sufficiency. A question statement is given followed by 2 statements. You have to find out which of the 2 statements are enough to answer the given question. Got it? Option D, the data in both 1 and 2 together is not sufficient to answer the question. But then I also see Vaishnavi and Chinmoy Sharma marking the answer as C. Data either in 1 alone or 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Yeah, many others have also got C. Rama has got C. Jagdish has got C. Archit Agarwal has got C. So some confusion out there. Let me clear that in the next 10 seconds. 10 more seconds, try it out properly. Data sufficiency. And then Parul Sharma says only 2 is sufficient. So a lot of confusion there. Okay, let's take it up. Here we go. The next question. So this is from data sufficiency. It says each of the questions below consist of a question and 2 statements numbered 1 and 2. You have to decide whether the data provided in the statements are sufficient to answer the questions. Right? So option A will be the answer if the data in statement 1 alone is sufficient, while the data in statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Option B if 2 alone is sufficient. Option C if either of these statements are sufficient. Option D if both together are also not sufficient. And option E if both together are necessary to answer the question. Now before we move on to solving these questions, let me give you 2 thumb rules that you must follow whenever you are answering questions from data sufficiency. 2 rules that you should always follow while answering questions from data sufficiency. Rule number 1, never mark the final answer unless you have read all the statements. Many students commit this mistake. They mark the answer to the question without reading all the statements. Like for example, if statement 1 is given the answer, this is statement 1 is sufficient, which is not the right thing to do, because 2 also may give you the answer. Okay, so thumb rule number 1, read all the statements before you mark your answer. Rule number 2 is that sometimes you may have to go for combining the data in both the statements. The data given in statement 1 and the data in statement 2 may have to be combined in some cases. Which are those cases? Those are the cases where independently the statements have failed to give the answer. If statement 1 does not give the answer alone, if statement 2 does not give the answer alone, only then you have to go for combination. What some students do, what I've observed is, statement 1 gives the answer, statement 2 does not give the answer, and then they combine both the statements. And the combination may give the answer. And they say, okay, both the two statements together are enough to answer the question, which is not the right thing, because 1 alone had given you the answer. Statement 1 alone had given you the answer. And when 2 alone does not give you the answer, there ends the matter. Option 1 will be the final answer. 1 alone is sufficient, whereas 2 alone is not sufficient. So that's rule number 2. You're getting it? So read all the statements before you mark the answer and go for combination if and only if independently the statements have failed to give the answer. And there's also rule number 3, I can say, which is, this is again a psychological problem actually. It's difficult, but you have to practice and get over it. When you are looking at statement number 2 alone, see, first check statement number 1, then you check statement number 2, right? When you're looking at statement number 2 or the data given in statement number 2, you should forget everything that is given in statement number 1. It's difficult, but you have to practice that. What happens is, you have read statement number 1. Now that information is there in your head. You cannot wipe it out. Unfortunately, when you're trying statement 2 alone, if you use the information given in statement 1 accidentally, you are committing a mistake. Because statement 2 alone has to be tested. You're getting it? Statement 2 alone has to be tested. For example, let me give you a simple example to clarify this. What is the area of the rectangle is the question. What is the area of the rectangle? Statement 1, length is equal to 20, breadth is equal to 4. Length is equal to 20, breadth is equal to 4. Can you get the answer? Yes, you can get the answer. You can get the answer. Why? Length and breadth both are given. You can find out the area of the rectangle. I repeat, the question was, what is the area of the rectangle, right? Question says, what is the area of the rectangle? You know that for you to find out the area of the rectangle, the length and the breadth both have to be given. Statement 1 says length is 20, breadth is 4, or some random value. Then you can find out the answer. So statement 1 alone is sufficient. Now you go to statement number 2. Statement number 2 tells that the breadth is equal to length by 4, or length by 5. B equals to L by 5. B equals to L by 5. B equals to L by 5. What will be your answer? Your answer should be 2 alone is not sufficient. Why is 2 alone not sufficient? Because statement 2 has got only one equation with 2 unknown values, B and L both. It has got only one equation. What is that equation? B equals to L by 5. Now when B equals to L by 5 is given, how would you know what is B and what is L? You will not know. Unfortunately, what happens with some of us is that you know that L is 20 from statement 1. It was given in statement 1. So you take that L equals to 20 here. If L is 20, then B is equal to 4, because B equals to L by 5. And then you mark the answer as 2 also is sufficient, which is a problem, which is a big problem. In fact, rule number 3 is more important than rule number 1 and 2, right? So when you're checking the independent statements, do not use the information given in the rest of the statements. Okay, follow these 3 rules. I'm sure you'll be able to answer the questions properly without committing silly errors. Again, there's one more complex data sufficient type of question which starts with is, or are, or do. True or false type of questions, which are very interesting and very confusing. We have discussed that multiple times in our earlier sessions. Let me not get into that. Let's solve the first question here. Okay. So here we go. Take this up. See what it says. It says B is in which direction. So we have to find out which of these statements are sufficient. Is statement 1 alone sufficient, or 2 alone sufficient, or either or is sufficient, or combination is required, or combination is also not sufficient. Okay. Look at the question. B is in which direction with respect to C. B is in which direction with respect to C. So this question is clearly on directions. B is in which direction with respect to C. Statement 1. All you have to do is trace the path, right? See what it says. U is to the west of J. U is to the west of J. So if J is here, U will be to the west of J. U is to the west of J. Remember, the distance is not given between U and J. All we know is U is on the west of J. So this is the west side of J, right? U is on the west of J. Which is to the west of N, which here refers to J. which always refers to the preceding person, right? So which refers to j. J is to the west of n. J is to the west of n. If j is on the west of n, n comes here. J is on the west of n. Again, remember, distance is not given. It is only on the west side. N is to the north of C. N is on the north of C. If n is on the north of C, C has to be below n, vertically below n. Right? N is on the north of C. But how much below n is not known to us again. The distance can be 1 meter. It can be 1,000 kilometers. It's not given. And finally, it says B is to the south of n. B is to the south of n. Now here comes the problem. See, we have to connect B with C. So far only B has come in. So far only C has come in the diagram, in the trace. B has not come. B is going to come now. What is the point? B is to the south of n. South of n means below n. B is to the south of n. Now south of n means what? South of n is below n. Where will B come? B can either come here between n and C, or it can come below C also. In both the cases, the statement is valid. What is the statement? B is to the south of n. If you take B in this position, B is on the south of n. Even if you take B in this position, it is on the south of n. The problem is, in the first case, see, what do we have to find out? B is in which direction with respect to C? So in the first case, with respect to C, B is in the north direction. But in the second case, with respect to C, B is in the south direction. So what is the point? The data given in statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Data given in statement 1 alone is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. Just no, one alone does not give you the answer. We are confused. I am not able to find the answer. So one alone is not sufficient. So all those who mark either or right, either one alone or two alone are wrong, because one alone does not give the answer. So C is ruled out. C is ruled out. And A is also ruled out. Answer can be B or D, or it can be E. Now let's try statement number 2. Same thing. N is to the east of J. N is to the east of J. East of J. J is here, east of J. N is on the east of J. C is to the south of N. C is on the south of N. C is on the south of N. U is to the south of J. U is to the south of J. U is to the south of J. And B is to the west of U. B is to the west of U. B is to the west of U. Right? Now when you look at this diagram, it looks like, okay, B is also on the west of C. With respect to C, see, B is in which direction with respect to C? West. B is in west direction with respect to C. Yes or no? But then understand, the distances were not known. Usually while drawing, what happens is, it's again a human understanding this thing, right? Problem. While drawing, we tend to mark everything in the same level. But it could also be like this, right? The other alternate of case 2 can be as follows. He says N is to the east of J. Okay, N is on the east of J, so N comes here. Right? C is to the south of N. C is to the south of N. C is to the south of N. C comes here. U is to the south of J. While drawing, what did I do? I have drawn both U and C in the same level. But it could be U here. U is on the south of J. Even now it's valid. C is on the south of N, valid. U is on the south of J, valid. And B is to the west of U. B is to the west of U. When you do this, what happens? B is in which direction with respect to C? It is in the northwest direction. According to this, it is in the west direction. According to this, in the northwest direction. Are you able to follow? Are you able to follow? Usually while drawing, we tend to draw both U and C at the same level. Like I tend to draw both J and N at the same level. Of course, J and N will be at the same level because J is related to N. N is on the east of J. But U and C need not be at the same level. They can be at different levels. In earlier try, I took U and C both at the same level, but I can take them at different levels also. Because U is on the south of J and C is on the south of N. Both are correct. In this case, both are correct. Distances are not known to us. So if you take both at the same level, B becomes west of C. Otherwise, B becomes northwest of C. Which means statement 2 also is not giving me the answer alone. Statement 2 also is not giving the answer. 1 alone does not give you the answer. 2 alone also does not give you the answer. It's confusing. Confusing meaning we are getting 2 possibilities. So 2 alone is not sufficient. B is also ruled out. Now what do? I told you. Rule number 2. Remember, what is the rule number 2? Go for combination if and only if independently both the statements have failed to give the answer. Now I can combine the data given in both the statements together. I can use both 1 and 2 together. But then the point is, this is not a question where the data can be clubbed. Because first statement says U is to the west of J. In the first statement, if we say, it says U is to the west of J. In second statement, it says U is to the south of J. So statements are contradictory, right? I cannot combine. U is to the west of J or U is to the south of J. That is the confusion we have now. So combination also is not possible. So data, I mean, both the statements together are necessary to answer the question? No. Are both the statements together easy to answer the question? Necessary to answer the question? No. Answer will be D. Answer will be D. Now, will it take so much of time in the exam to solve this? No. Remember, I mean, after having solved this question, you should know that such questions cannot be answered. I mean, unless the distances are known, we cannot answer these type of questions. I mean, you should be able to visualize. You should be able to visualize this. Visualize this and mark the answer. Of course, sometimes even without the distances, it can be given in such a way that exactly it will be in the east or it will be in the west or north or south, right? But usually it cannot be answered. So be careful. Try to visualize it and cut down the paperwork. Answer is option D here. That is, both 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. If you're all clear with this, I can move on to the next one. All those who have got option D are correct. Can we move to the next one? Looks like Parul Sharma has got it now. She had got some other answer earlier, if I remember it rightly. Many of you had mentioned C, B, and things like that, right? Many of you, in fact, said only 2 is sufficient. Only 2 is not sufficient, right? It could be west or northwest. Should we go for the next one now? The next question. Clear, guys? Any confusion? No confusions there. Yes. The next question. Again, data sufficiency. Your clock starts now. This time it's about ranking and ordering. Good. Try it out. Done? Okay, Mahavir is trying to get a shortcut here. He says when not a single distance is given in the question, can we always mark neither? No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that, Mahavir. That's what I told you. It's not compulsory that because distances are not given, answer will be neither. We are referring to the previous question. Don't get confused, guys. Chalo, time is up. Let's take this one now. Among K, L, M, N, and O, each is having different height. Each is having a different height, right? Unique, different value. Who is shorter than only the tallest? Among K, L, M, N, O, there are 5 persons who have got different heights. Who is shorter than only the tallest person? Shorter than only the tallest person. Now, if you refer to our ranking and ordering videos, you would know that shorter than only the tallest implies second tallest person. Here he's asking us to find out the second tallest person. Who is the second tallest person is the question. Who is shorter than only the tallest? See, there is the tallest person who is shorter than only the tallest person. He is not shorter than anybody else. He is shorter only than the tallest person. So the person who is shorter than only the tallest person is always the second tallest person. You getting it? Like for example, if you have tallest, second tallest, or instead, let me say if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. This is the tallest person, right? Tallest. This is the shortest. So this person is shorter than the tallest person. He's shorter only to the tallest person. You cannot say third person or fourth person or fifth person are shorter only than the tallest person. Because third person, if you see third person here, is shorter not only than the tallest person but also than the second tallest person. Third person is shorter than the tallest person. He's also shorter than the second tallest person. Fourth person is shorter than the tallest person. He's shorter than the second tallest person. He's shorter than the third tallest person also. So that's the reason third, fourth, fifth person is not considered. Second person, second tallest person. Second tallest person is the requirement here. Okay. Now statement 1. See what it says. N is shorter than K and M. N is shorter than K and M. See, the idea is this. If you have gone through our ranking and ordering model number 5 from ranking and ordering, you can use a smart technique to solve such questions. Model 5 from ranking, the topic of ranking. If you have watched that video, you can solve these questions in a smart way. How is that? See, I know that the 5 persons are K, L, M, N, O. Right? He's asking us to find out who is second tallest. Let's try to find it out. N is shorter than K and M. Read the first statement. N is shorter than K and M, which means N will be shorter than 2 persons. If N is shorter than 2 persons, N cannot be the second tallest person. See, the second tallest person, understand, the second tallest person will be shorter only than the tallest person. The second tallest person is shorter than only one person. Second tallest person is shorter only than one person. Here it says N is shorter than K and M. N is shorter than 2 persons. So can N be second tallest? No. L is taller than only O. L is taller than only O means L is fourth shortest. L is fourth tallest. You should understand. L is taller than O. L is taller than only O implies L is second shortest person. Second shortest person. L is taller than only O. See, he is taller than only one person. So that only one person is the shortest person and L is the second shortest person. You're able to follow? L is taller than only O. L is taller than only O would mean O is the shortest person and L is the second shortest person. L is second shortest and O is shortest. We have discussed all these things in our videos in detail. You can just refer to those videos. L is second shortest and O is shortest. L is taller than only O. He's not taller than anybody else. He's taller than only O. So O is shortest, L is second shortest. Now, shortest and second shortest cannot be the second tallest person. So O and L are also eliminated. Now the point is, from the data given in the statement, there are 2 things left out. Answer can either be K or it can be M. Answer can be K or M. Are you able to follow? Now, the point is, since he's asking us to find out second tallest, I'm not able to decide. It can be K or it can be M, which means the data given in statement 1 is not sufficient. So 1 alone cannot be the answer. Either 1 or 2 alone also cannot be the answer. Do the same analysis of the second statement. What happens in second statement? N is taller than only 2 persons. N is taller than only 2 persons. Again, if I list down the persons K, L, M, N, O, N is taller than only 2 persons. If N is taller than only 2 persons, N is the third tallest person. I am not looking at third tallest, I am looking at second tallest. So N cannot be the answer. L is shorter than N and K. If L is shorter than N and K, L is shorter than N and K, L cannot be the answer. L also cannot be the answer because L is shorter than 2 persons. L will be the third shortest person or so on. M is neither the shortest nor the tallest. M is neither the shortest nor the tallest. Here again, if you see, by combining both the by using statement 2, we will not get the answer. M is neither shortest nor tallest. Or let's try it out. I mean, if you do a proper arrangement, we know that there are 5 positions, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions are there. This, let's say, is shortest, and this is tallest. Right? What happens? N is taller than only 2 persons. N is taller than only 2 persons means N will come here in the middle. He's taller than these 2 persons, right? N is taller than shortest person, second shortest person. L is shorter than N and K. L is shorter than N and K. L is shorter than N and K would mean what? L comes this side. L is shorter, right? So L is shorter than N. L will come here. But then it can be, there can be multiple possibilities, right? If I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the positions, there are two, 3 possibilities. L is shorter than N and K. So maybe I can say L is here, K is here. So L is shorter than both N and K. Or L can be here and K can be here. In case 1 also, L is shorter than both N and K. In case 2 also, L is shorter than both N and K. Which means here itself we are now stuck, right? He is asking us to find out second tallest person. Second tallest person can be anyone. It can be K or it can be somebody else also, whoever comes here. Again, since he says, okay, look at this, hold on. There is one more part given there, which is M is neither shortest nor tallest. What happens? Will only 2 give you the answer? Just look at it. Do it carefully. Will only 2 give you the answer? Will only 2 give you the answer? M is neither shortest nor tallest. I think only 2 can give you the answer, right? No, only 2 also will not give you the answer. I'll tell you why. Let me just clear it up. Only 2 also will not give you the answer. See, try to look at the possibilities. What did we do? We have drawn 5 positions. This is for the sake of clear understanding that I am taking the third possibility also. We know that N is shorter than only 2 persons, so N is definitely the middle person. K is shorter than N and K. L is shorter than N and K. There are different ways of doing it. L is shorter than N and K. L, K, N can come. Or L, N, K can come. Or L, N, K can come here also. Even in this case, L is shorter than N and K. Right? M is neither shortest nor tallest. M is neither shortest nor tallest means M can come here. In this case, let's say this is case number 1, case number 2, and case number 3. M is neither shortest nor tallest. So M cannot be shortest. So M has to come here. In second case also, M is neither the shortest nor the tallest. If M is neither shortest nor tallest, M cannot come here. M has to come here. In third case, I think third case would be incorrect. Third case would be incorrect. Why will it so? Why will it be so? Because M is neither shortest nor tallest, right? M cannot come in this position and M also cannot come in this position. So where should M go? M cannot go in any of the positions. So third case is wrong. Third case is wrong. Case 1 or case 2. Now in both case 1 and case 2, it's obvious that the second tallest person is M. In both case 1 and case 2, it's obvious that the second tallest person is M. Who is first tallest, who is shortest and all that is not required. But second tallest person is M. So can we not say that statement 2 alone is giving us the answer? Remember, statement 2 alone is actually giving us the answer here because N is taller than only 2 persons. N is taller than only 2 persons. So definitely N will be in the center position. L is shorter than N and K. L is shorter than N and K would mean what? L can come immediately below N. K can be either in 5th position or it will be in 4th position. Or L can come in the first position itself. K can come here. Oh, sorry, I think there is a 4th possibility also. Hold on. I missed out on one more possibility. That 4th possibility will eliminate it. There is a 4th possibility also, which will give us a different person in the 4th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? N is definitely center. L can be in the first position. And K can come here. Even in this case, L is shorter than both N and K. See, L is shorter than N and K. L is shorter than N and K. M is neither shortest nor tallest, so M comes here. And whoever is left out is can come here. So if you see, in 4th case, K comes in the second position. K comes in the second tallest position. In first and second cases, M comes in the second tallest position. But in this case, K comes. So are we able to decide between M and K? No, we are not able to decide between M and K. We are not able to decide between M and K. You getting it? So that is the reason second one also independently fails to give the answer. Second also independently fails to give the answer. So all those who marked only 2, right? Only 2 alone is sufficient. I think they did this only. They have considered only case 1 and case 2. They got M in both the cases and hence they considered that. You're able to follow. So whatever we have done here in detail, right? We did not do in case number 1. Because that's actually not required. I mean, this detailed explanation was to help you understand how it happens. But the same thing can be arrived at, the same conclusion can be arrived at even without doing all the detailed trial. How? Just list down the persons K, L, M, N, O are the 5 persons, right? Now look at second statement. N is taller than only 2 persons, so N cannot be second tallest. L is shorter than N and K, so L cannot be second tallest. M is neither shortest nor tallest, so answer can either be K, or it can be M, or it can be O. I don't know. Any of these three can be the second tallest person. So you can straight away say second statement is alone independently not sufficient. First statement also independently is not sufficient. Instead of doing all this, you're able to follow what I'm trying to explain here. In statement 1, we directly tried. Statement 2 also you can directly try like this. You will know that L is not the answer, N is not the answer. Answer can be K or M or O. If you want to know how can answer be K or M or O, you have to try out all the detailed possibilities. Okay, so I mean, I'm again not saying there are only 4 possibilities. There can be more possibilities also. The idea is there can be different persons in the second position here. It can be M or it can be K. K, M, it can be O also. I mean, if I try out some other possibility, maybe O also can take up the position here. So 1 and 2 independently fail to give the answer. Now that independently they have failed, we have to combine both of them together. Use both the statements together. Use both the statements together, what happens you see? I'll use a different color to distinguish that, right? I'm using both the statements together now. Both 1 and 2 together. Try it out. So there are 5 positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N is shorter than K and M. L is taller than only O. L is taller than only O. First of all, L is taller than only O. Meaning what? O is shortest, L is second shortest. Now he says N is shorter than K and M. If N is shorter than K and M, look at this part. N is shorter than K and M. Obviously N will come in this position because K and M will be taking 4th and 5th positions accordingly. So from statement 1 we already got this O, L, N dash dash. This is shortest position. This is the tallest position. Right? N is shorter than K and M. L is taller than only O. So O is shortest, L is second shortest, N has to come here. Now who will come in the second? The question is who is second tallest? Who comes in this position? That we do not know. It can be K or it can be M. So statement 1, that is the reason it failed. Because we were not able to decide between K and M. We were not able to decide between K and M, right? So it failed because of that. Now let's use the data given in statement 2 to fill the gaps. N is taller than only 2 persons. N is taller than only 2 persons. This is already justified. N is taller than only 2 persons. You see? N is taller than only 2 persons. O and L. L is shorter than N and K. L is shorter than N and K. This also is already justified. L is shorter than N and K. Yes, L is shorter than N, shorter than K. K obviously will be taller than L. So L is shorter than N and K. Look at the last piece. This is what will conclude the solution. M is neither shortest nor tallest. M is neither shortest nor tallest means what? M cannot be tallest. So M has to come here. And the moment M comes here, I know what is my question mark. Question mark is M, right? Second tallest person. Tallest person will be K, obviously. Second tallest person will be M. How am I able to decide that the second tallest person is M? Only by using the data given in both the statements together, 1 and 2 together. And hence, my answer has to be both 1 and 2 together. Where is that? The data in both the statements 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. Option E will be the answer. You're getting it? So option E is the final answer. I know it has taken longer than what we had expected, but understand guys, the point is, in ranking and ordering, when you look at our model number 5 of ranking and ordering, I had explained how to solve ranking based questions, such type of questions, without actually getting the whole sequence. If you look at statement number 1, what did we do? Did we try the sequence? No. We did not try the sequence. We just found what cannot be the answer. We knew that L and N cannot be the answer and O cannot be the answer. Meaning K or M both are possible. And since there are 2 possible answers, statement 1 is not sufficient. The same thing can be done for statement 2 also. We will be left with 3 possibilities. So I can say answer cannot be determined independently by using 1 alone or 2 alone. And then go for combination. When you're actually going for combination and use both the data together, you'll find that there is only one sequence possible, which is O, L, N, M, K, as we had discussed earlier. And M becomes the second tallest person. Okay? So the point I'm trying to make is you don't have to list down all the possibilities and check which is correct, which is not correct. Directly look at what is not the answer. If you're left with only one option out of K, L, M, N, O, if 4 are eliminated, then obviously the left out one is the answer, right? But that did not happen in both statements. Okay, I hope all of you have followed this. Did you all get it? I'm sure all of you have followed this. Let's just move on to the next one because we are running short on time. It's 7:40 already. Let's take up the next question. Here we go. Again, 5 questions on data sufficiency. This is the third one. This time it's a linear arrangement. One more question, not ranking but linear arrangement. Try it out. Done? Let's take it up. See what it says. A, B, C, D, E are sitting in a row. If B sits in the middle of the row, who is sitting at the extreme end? Right? So there are 5 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. Right? B sits in the middle of the row. See, he's very clearly given that B is in the middle of the row. Remember, this is the data given in the question itself. So it is valid for both 1 and 2. B sitting in the middle of the row is valid for both statement 1 as well as statement 2. Right? Because that's given in the question itself. Who sits at the extreme end? And all of them are facing north, he says. Now, the significance of all of them facing north is that left is on the left side, right is on the right side. If the persons are facing south, then left will be on the right side and right will be on the left side. Okay? Now, who's sitting at the extreme end? Meaning we have to find out these 2 positions. Left end as well as right end. Both the positions have to be found. Let's try statement 1. Let me try statement 1 here. A is sitting immediate left of B. A is sitting on the immediate left of B. Immediate left of B is this. And on the immediate right of D. And on the immediate, and always refers to the first person, remember. A is sitting on the immediate left of B. And A is, and A always, and always refers to the first person. So, and A is on the immediate right of D. If A is on the immediate right of D, D comes here. See, A is on the immediate right of D and immediate left of B. Next, C does not sit at any of the extreme end of the row. If C does not sit at the extreme end, C has to come here. C does not sit at the extreme end, C has to come here. So who will come here? E comes here. So are we able to find out the extreme positions? Are we able to find out the extreme positions? Yes. D and E are the extreme positions. So 1 alone gives us the answer. Right? 1 alone gives us the answer. Now try out 2. Statement 2, 5 positions. Remember, B is in the middle. This is given in the question itself. B is in the middle of the row. Now try this. C always sits at either of the extreme ends. C always sits at either of the extreme ends. So C will either come here or here. C with one more person or in this position, right? Now, neither D nor E is an immediate neighbor of C. Let me try out both the possibilities. Let me explain you. There are 2 possibilities, right? C can either come in the left end or in the right end. So let's take both the possibilities for case 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is in the middle. C sits either at either of the extreme ends. So C either left end or right end. Now, neither D nor E is an immediate neighbor of C. D and E will not be immediate neighbors of C. D and E will not be the neighbors of C. Meaning D and E have to take these 2 positions in some order. Or in second case, D and E have to take these 2 positions in some order. Because they cannot come in this position. This position has to be A. Are you able to follow? D and E are not neighbors of C. So neighbor of C will be A in both the cases. D and E will be taking the last 2 positions. But the problem is D and E can swap their positions. It can be CABDE or it can be CABED. Similarly, here it can be DEBAC or EDBAC. So one extreme position is always C. The other extreme position can be D or E. Are we able to find out the final answer? No. Are you able to find out the final answer? No. One extreme position is C, but the other extreme position can be D or can be E. So statement 2 alone is not sufficient. 1 alone is sufficient, but 2 alone is not sufficient. And hence your answer should be A, that the data in 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question, whereas data in 2 alone is not sufficient. Clear? Should we move to the next one now? Some of you are confused as to which end is he talking about, right? Who's sitting at the extreme end? Well, extreme, since he has not mentioned any particular end, we have to find out both the ends. I mean, if he says who is sitting at the extreme right end or who is sitting at the extreme left end, then it's very specific. But here he just says who's sitting at the extreme ends. Ideally, it should be extreme ends who are sitting at the extreme ends. But yeah, it's anyway not specific, so you have to find out both the ends. Should we take up the next one? Let's move on to the next one. The next question is on blood relations. How is A related to B? How is A related to B? Quick. Done? Only 2 is what most of you have marked. Let's verify it. How is A related to B? How is A related to B? One thing is very clear. In this case, you will be able to answer the question only if you know the gender of A. If the gender of A is not known, it's highly unlikely that you will get the answer. Okay, so A's gender is very, very important. Let's look at statement 1. D is the father of C, C is the mother of A, B is the grandmother of A. By reading the statement itself, I know that it is not sufficient to get the answer. Because D is the father of C, clear. D is male, C's gender is not known. C is the mother of A, clear. C is female, A's gender is not known. B is the grandmother of A, it's still clear that B is the grandmother, so female, but A's gender is still not known. A's gender is not known at all, and I can say that statement 1 will not be sufficient even without drawing the family tree. Right? Even without drawing the family tree, we can say 1 is not sufficient. However, let me quickly draw this and explain it to you. Right? D is the father of C. D is the father of C. Right? C is the mother of A. C is the mother of A. Right? So, A's mother and mother's father is D. B is the grandmother of A. So, grandmother. See, again, grandmother could mean paternal grandmother or maternal grandmother. Usually it is paternal grandmother, which means it should be C's husband's mother. There's some husband here, and that person's mother is B. So becomes grandmother of A. However, the point is, the question says, how is A related to B? Is A gender known to us? A gender is not known to us. How is A related to B? All I can say is A is the grandchild. This means A is the grandchild. But grandchild is not what he's looking for, right? We should know, is A the grandson or granddaughter? Can we find that out? No. We cannot find it out. We cannot find it out because A's gender is not known. Right? Some of you might be wondering, why am I drawing it? When we know that it's not possible, why am I drawing it? Because I actually wanted to explain you that all those who considered B to be the wife of D are wrong. All those who considered B to be the wife of D are wrong, because grandmother means paternal grandmother. If nothing is specified, you should consider grandmother as paternal grandmother, which means A's mother's husband's mother is B. It's not A's mother's mother. A's mother's father is D. A's mother's husband's mother is D. I'm sure those who had drawn it themselves, most likely they have considered B to be the wife of D, which is wrong. Strictly speaking, B has to be the paternal grandmother of A. Anyway, answer cannot be determined, but still, the reason behind drawing this was to explain that some of you might have drawn it incorrectly. And moreover, also understand, just because gender of A is not known does not guarantee always that answer cannot be determined. Like for example, if suppose the statement says J is the husband of R, for example. In this case also, we know that J is the husband of R. J's gender is known. But can we say R gender is not known? R's gender is known. If J is the husband, obviously R is the wife. So in this case, you cannot say answer cannot be determined. In this case, answer can be determined because R is female and J is male. J is the husband of R. So obviously R is the wife of J. If R is the wife of J, R is female. Like in this case, B is the grandmother of A does not guarantee what's the gender of A. B is the father of A does not guarantee what's the gender of A. B is the mother of A does not guarantee what's the gender of A. B is the brother of A. Even in that case, A's gender is not known. A can be brother of B or A can be sister of B. But suppose B is the wife of A, then A is the husband of B. B is the husband of A, then A is the wife of B. Because that's the only possibility there. Okay? So be careful. Sometimes it can be tricky. Now, statement 2. Look at statement 2. D is the mother of C. A is the only brother of C. B is the father of C. I think clearly A's gender is known. A is the only brother, right? So A is male. A is the only brother of C. B is the father of C. We don't even have to worry about this. Don't even consider this because the relationship is to be found between A and B, right? A and B are available in the last two statements itself. So A is the only brother of C. A is the brother of C. And B is the father of C. B is the father of C. How is A related to B? A is the son of B. B is the father of C, right? So A's sibling's father. Again, C's gender is not known. Remember, in this case, C's gender is not known to us. C can be the brother of A, C can be the sister of A. But that doesn't matter because C is A's sibling and your sibling's father is your father. So A's father is B or B's son is A. So we can find the answer using statement 2 alone and hence option B. Followed? I hope all of you have followed this. I mean, it was a simple one unless you committed that mistake which I told you about, right? In the first statement, do not consider B to be the maternal grandmother. B is the paternal grandmother. I think Neeraj and Surya Prakash have considered what I had mentioned, right? So that's where you've gone. I mean, you've not gone wrong. Anyway, it didn't give you the answer. It was not sufficient, but be careful. Let me present the next one now. Okay, there is a question from Chandni Jaiswal here. He says, what if B is related to A? If B is related to A, then B's gender becomes important. If the question says, what is the relationship? How is B related to A? Then A's gender is not important. Then B's gender is important because B is related to A. B is the grandparent. But which grandparent? Male grandparent or female grandparent? That we will not know unless B gender is known to us. Okay? So be very, very careful. In the question, if it is how is B related to A, then B's gender becomes important. Okay? Let's take up the next one. I think there's one more question on data sufficiency. Let's quickly solve that. And then we'll move on to maybe a few more questions from reasoning. Try this out. This time it's a circular arrangement. So see, blood relations, ranking and ordering, linear arrangement, directions, anything can be asked under data sufficiency. This time it's a circular arrangement. 1 minute is what you have. The clock is ticking. C, B, E. I've got a variety of answers. Some of you have marked C, some have marked B, one person has marked E, and we have Dushyant who's got D. So only A is left out. Alright, time is up. Let's take this now. See what it says. Who's sitting on the immediate left of S among 5 friends sitting around a circle facing outside from the center? So he's talking about 5 friends who are sitting around a circle facing outside. Now what's the significance of facing outside? When a person is facing outside, left is anti-clockwise and right is clockwise. You have to be very clear about the directions when you're doing arrangement, right? Left would be anti-clockwise, right will be clockwise when persons are facing outside. Suppose the person is facing center, then left will be clockwise and right will be anti-clockwise. Anyway, we have to find out who's sitting on the immediate left of S. Immediate left of S is the question mark. Who's on the immediate left of S among 5 friends who are sitting around a circle facing outside. Now statement 1, right? Look at statement 1. A is sitting exactly between M and T and N is on the immediate left of T. Let me mark 5 positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First of all, let us use what is definitely given in the statement. N is sitting on the immediate left of T. So suppose this is T. You know that circular arrangement you can start from wherever you want, right? The first position can be taken as any position here. Accordingly, relatively fix the other positions. Now N is on the immediate left of T. Immediate left of T. What is left of T? Anti-clockwise. N comes here. N is on the immediate left of T, right? A is sitting exactly between M and T. A is sitting exactly between M and T. Meaning what? A has to come here and M has to come here. Only then A will be coming exactly between M and T. A cannot come this side, right? Because this side it is N. So A is exactly between M and T. Meaning all the positions are marked. I will not worry about anything else. You should stop solving this question here itself. Because there is only one position left out and that position can be found. I mean, we know who that person would be. And then who's on the immediate left of S obviously can be found. Of course, this person itself will be S. Who's on the immediate left of S? Now don't waste your time in finding out that immediate left of S is M. So M is the answer. You are wasting your 2-3 seconds if you're doing all this drama in the exam. Because for you what matters is, have you done the arrangement or not? Are you able to complete the arrangement or not? If you're able to complete the arrangement, then it's done. Why do you have to check who exactly is M? So remember, this is data sufficiency. He's asking us to check which statements are sufficient to answer the question. He's not asking us to find out the answer. So don't waste your 2-3 precious seconds in finding out the answer there. Unless it is really required. Okay? I hope you have got the point. Similarly, look at statement. So one alone gives you the answer. One alone gives you the whole arrangement, so it gives you the answer. Look at 2 alone now. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. What does it say? S is sitting exactly between M and N, and A is sitting on the immediate left of M. First, I'll mark this. A is on the immediate left of M. So if this is M, A is on the immediate left of M. Immediate left of M. S is exactly between M and N. Exactly between M and N. So S comes here. S is exactly between M and N. Yes or no? Exactly between M. Done. Arrangement is done. Only one position is left out. That person will come here. And then once I know the arrangement, I can answer any question related to that circular arrangement. So T is not an immediate neighbor of S is actually a redundant statement. That's not required. Even without that, I'll be able to complete the arrangement. And will I be able to mark the answer? Yes, I'll be able to find out who's on the immediate left of S. So 2 also is sufficient. 1 alone is sufficient. 2 alone is sufficient. And hence your answer should be option C. Either 1 alone or 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Remember, do not go for combination in this case. Do not combine the 2 statements. Combination of 2 statements should be done if and only if the statements independently fail to give the answer. Right? Rule number 2 of solving questions from data sufficiency. Combination has to be done only if the statements independently fail to give the answer. Okay. Should we move on to the next one? Any confusions here? All clear? I think there are 5 questions on coded inequalities which were asked in yesterday's all-India mock exam. I'm not going to solve those questions in the live class because coded inequalities hands down is the easiest topic that you can get in reasoning, right? 3 simple rules are there. Those 3 golden rules that we have discussed, just follow those rules. You'll be able to answer any question there without any complexity. So I'll skip those. Then there are questions on coding and decoding, questions on, some blood relations which are very easy to solve. Solutions have been given in your solution section of All-India mock exam. You can refer to that. What I would like to take up in the next few minutes, I think time is up, but what I'd like to take up in the next few minutes is some questions on syllogisms, right? So that you kind of refresh your concepts there. Actually easy ones, not very complex, I'm sure. I hope all those who appeared in yesterday's All-India mock exam have scored 5 on 5 in these syllogisms. Right? Really simple, not really simple, but yeah, easy ones. 5 marks in about 3 minutes in my view. All 5 questions can be solved in about 3 minutes. You should get 5 marks. So let me quickly present these questions one after the other, and then we can call it a day. So the question on syllogisms is on your screen here. You have 1 minute for this. The clock starts now. Yeah, I think all the TalentSprint students who appeared have mentioned that Syllogs was easy. So let's quickly solve maybe 1 or 2 questions and then we can close. Option B is what many of you have marked. Only 2 and 3 follow. Let's take it up quickly. Here we go. So directions, quickly run through the directions, because sometimes in syllogism they ask you what is not following. But here he says read the conclusions and decide which logically follows. So basically we have to find out which of the conclusions logically follow the given statements. I'm not going to discuss the basics. You know that the basic diagram has to be drawn and then how to verify the conclusions and stuff. So let's quickly solve this. No pink is red. No pink is red. So this is pink and this is red. No pink is red. Some pink are white. Some pink are white. No white is black. No white is black. Right? And I'll double cross both white and black, meaning white cannot touch black, but white can touch R. Similarly, pink cannot touch R. Single cross, but pink can touch B. Double cross, single cross can cross each other. Right? So that's the basic diagram. Let's quickly verify the statements, conclusions now. No red is white. No red is white. See, it follows the basic diagram, but will it always follow? No. Some red can be white. I can draw red in such a way that it overlaps with white. Let's say this is R1. Red can also be drawn in this way. R2. So no red is white is wrong, because red can overlap with white without violating any of the conditions. Yes or no? Some pink is red. I mean, of course, it has to be drawn in such a way that it overlaps with red, pink also. But the point is, you all know that it is possible to draw. Let me draw in a different color. It is possible to draw red in this way. This is red possibility of drawing red. So no pink is red, it said. I'm sorry. The earlier case itself was correct. Just a second. It is possible to draw red in this fashion. No pink is red. Even in this case, no pink is red. Some pink are white, yes, and no white is black. So saying no red is white is wrong. Some red can be white. So this is wrong. No black is white. Obviously, when no white is black, no black is white. You don't even have to look at the diagram for this, right? For no A is B, the definite conclusion is no B is A. Some pink are definitely not black. Yes, even that is true. See, we know that some pink are white, and the pinks which are white cannot be black, because white and black do not touch each other, right? So some pink are definitely not black is true. This is true. Why? Because the pinks which are white, the pinks which overlap with white cannot be black. So these pinks are not black. So only 2 and 3 follow. Option B is the answer. Okay? Only 2 and 3 follow. Option B is the answer. And I think all of you have got it right. No confusion with that. I can see all those who have appeared in the All-India mock exam mentioned that syllogisms was easy. So let's skip this and move on to the puzzle. So you guys want me to take up the puzzle then? Yeah, I think most of you have mentioned that. Yeah, so I'm fine with it. I mean, I can take up the puzzle. Surya Prakash, Sony, Pavni, Thiru, all of you have asked for puzzle. Yeah, so let's do one thing. Let's jump to the puzzle then in that case. So puzzle will be the last question from the session today. There's one more puzzle actually, which we'll take up now, and that will be the last question. Yeah. Chalo, so as demanded, I'm jumping to the puzzle. This was asked again in yesterday's All India mock exam, SBI PO All India mock exam number 10. And here we have 10 persons who are seated in 2 parallel rows. Each row has got 6 seats. So what is interesting here is that there are 6 seats in each row, only 10 persons to be arranged, but then total 12 seats. So 1 seat in each row is lying vacant. That part has to be kept in mind. So let me present this to you. The question is on your screens here. 10 persons M, N, O, P, Q, A, B, C, D, E are seated in 2 parallel rows. Each row consists of 6 chairs. 1 seat is vacant in each row. In row 1 we have M, N, O, P, Q who are facing south, and in row 2 we have A, B, C, D who are facing north. Each person in row 1 faces another person of second row. Now what is another attribute here is that they all have birthday in different months. So you not only have to do the arrangement but also find out who has birthday in which of the months. I'll leave you with this question for 5 minutes. Your clock starts now. Please keep me posted about your progress so that I have an update about what's happening at your end. Done? You've got 2 more minutes. Hurry up. Okay guys, you should now post me about your status quickly. Based on that I shall take it up. Done? Chandani Jaiswal says it's difficult, but Parul Sharma has done it. And Surya Prakash, Pavni have also done it. Rama is still trying. How many of you are stuck? Why don't you quickly mention how many of you are stuck? And then we shall proceed. Okay, let's try it out. I think all those who are still trying should stop now and look at the solution. Here we go. 10 persons M, N, O, P, Q, A, B, C, D and E are seated in 2 parallel rows. Each row consists of 6 chairs. 1 seat is vacant in each row. So it's clear, right? Each row will have 6 chairs. 1 seat is vacant in each row. So rest of the 5 seats in each row will be occupied by the 5 persons, right? In row 1 we have M, N, O, P and Q. And all of them are facing south, right? Row 1 we have M, N, O, P, Q facing south. And in row 2 we have got A, B, C, D who are facing north. Okay, so it would be like this, right? Row 1 will have, this should be, row 1, M, N, O, P, Q, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The positions will be occupied by M, N, O, P, Q. All of them are facing south. In row 2, we will have A, B, C, D, E, right? A, B, C, D, E, and these guys would be facing north. That's the idea. That's a template. A, B, C, D who are facing north. Each person in, there are 6 seats by the way, not 5 seats. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One seat would be vacant. So we will represent the vacant seat with, let's say, a cross mark in a circle. Right? So 6 positions, 6 persons. 6 positions, 6 persons. This X also let's consider as a person. Okay. Next. They all have birthday in different months among Feb, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, but not necessarily the same order. So we have to finish the arrangement of these 10 persons and also find out who was born in which month. So let me try it out now. I have to get some space. This space would be a little insufficient. So let me try. Yeah, I think we can do it here. So what does it say? Row 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seats occupied by who all? MNOPQ, right? MNOPQ and the vacant seat. They're all facing south. In row 2, we have again 6 seats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 occupied by A, B, C, D, E and the vacant seat. All of them are facing north. That's the template which we have to follow. Now, like we discussed in the earlier puzzle, right? What we shall do is make pictorial representations of the given points. Okay, make pictorial representation of the given points and then try to fit all of them in the given template. So the one whose birthday is in July sits opposite to E. So E will be opposite to July. Remember, E will be at the bottom, in the second row. So E is opposite to July. E is opposite to July, right? The one whose birthday is in Feb sits third to the right of A. The one whose birthday is in Feb sits third to the right of A. Now understand, A is in row number 2. A is in row number 2. Right? A is in row number 2. So how will you represent it pictorially? Like for example, let's say if this is A, third to the right of A. Row number 2 guys are facing north, right? So third to the right of A. Suppose if this is A, let's say if this is A, third to the right of A. First, second, third to the right of A. So the one whose birthday is in Feb sits third to the right of A. So this guy's birthday is in Feb. This is another notation. 1, 2, 3, 4. The one whose birthday is in Feb sits third to the right of A. So third to the right of A. Right of A is going to be on the right side because A is in row number 2 where the persons are facing north. Now you might be asking me that why did I write one notation here, one pictorial representation here, the other one here at this distance, because this actually gives me the linear arrangement as well. See, the 4 positions have already come. 1, 2, 3, 4 positions have come. 2 more have to come. Now both of those positions can be on the left of A. Both the positions can be on this left of right of Feb, or one on either sides. Accordingly, the opposite positions will come. So I'm just trying to see if I can get the arrangement here itself. You're able to follow. Pictorial representation is this. I took this arrangement of A and Feb here this side because this looks like 4 positions are already blocked, right? At least on paper, the other 2 positions can be taken. O does not sit at any of the extreme ends of the line. O does not sit at any of the extreme ends of the line. O does not sit at any of the extreme ends of the line. Okay, so that we will use later. O does not sit at any of the extreme end of the line. The one whose birthday is in April sits second from the left end of the row 2. Now this is the most important piece of information. The one whose birthday is in April sits second from the left end of the row 2, row number 2. Right? So we'll start with that point in fact. So I'll do one thing. I think I can actually erase this here because some definite information has come, right? Of course, in the exam you have enough paper there, you can try out elsewhere, but here I want to use the space intelligently. So the previous point was Feb is third to the right of A. So A is here and this is Feb. Feb is third to the right of A, right? First, second, third. Now, this point is important. The one whose birthday is in April sits second from the left end of the row 2. So let me draw the rows now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Like this template has to be followed. So the one whose birthday is in April sits second from the left end of row 2. This is row number 2. Second from the left end is this. This would be April. That's the information we have. Yeah. So April's definite position is known to us. See, earlier, E's exact position second from the left end or fourth from the right end was not known. Similarly, A's exact position was not known. But here we know that April is exactly second from the left end. So that's the reason I've drawn the template there, 6 seats and 6 seats, and put April in the correct position. Q faces the vacant seat. Q faces the vacant seat. Q faces the vacant seat meaning Q will be on top, of course. It faces the vacant seat. Q is opposite to the vacant seat. Another pictorial representation. This point also has to be satisfied. While N faces D. N faces D. N faces D means what? N will be in the top row. N will face D. D will be in the bottom row. So all these points that we are making, right? July E, A Feb, Q vacant, N D. All those have to be, brought here in this arrangement. There are 3 seats between B and D who do not face the one whose birthday is. There are 3 seats between B and D. There are 3 seats between B and D who do not. Okay. Once again, there are 3 seats between B and D who does not face the one whose birthday is in May. So basically, between B and D, there should be 3 seats. So how do you represent this? B dash 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 D. There are 3 seats between B and D. There are 3 seats between B and D. Who does not face? Who here refers to D? D does not face the one whose birthday is in May. D will not face the one. D will not face the one whose birthday is in May. See, we already know that D faces N. Earlier it was given, right? N faces D. N faces D means D faces N. And now he says D does not face the one whose birthday is in May. So we can say that N's birthday will not be in May. N's birthday will not be in May. Right? Cross mark. Right? Cross mark and May. N's birthday will not be in May. Next. A sits opposite to the one whose birthday is in August. A sits opposite to the one whose birthday is in August. So A sits opposite to the one whose birthday is in August means A will be opposite to August. Here itself I'll mark. So A is already connected with Feb and now A is also connected with August. A is connected with Feb, A is also connected with August. Next point. A sits at one of the extreme ends of the line. This is very, very useful information. A sits at one of the extreme ends of the line. Now, we know that A is in the bottom row. Extreme ends are only 2, either this or this. But can you take A on the extreme right end? No. Because if A is here, Feb will go out of the arrangement. Look at this. If you take A in this position, dash dash Feb is going out of the arrangement. So obviously A has to come here. A's position is also fixed. Then dash dash, this has to be Feb. Yes or no? A dash dash Feb. A dash dash Feb. And A is opposite to August. So whoever comes here, he will be born in August. You getting it? Whoever comes here is born in August. So this point is fixed. A Feb and August is fixed. Next, M sits immediate left of the vacant seats. M sits on the immediate left of the vacant seats. How do you represent this? M sits on the immediate left of the vacant seat. See, vacant seat is here. M is on the immediate left of vacant seat. M will be in the top row. Remember, top row is facing south. So immediate left of vacant seat will be this. So it should be like this. Vacant seat and M should come together. M is on the immediate left. Don't take left of vacant seat on the left side. Remember, M is on the top row. So left of vacant seat should be taken on the right side. Because for the top row, persons are facing south. And for a southward facing person, left is on right and right is on left. C faces the vacant seat. C faces the vacant seat. That is second to the left of Q. That is second to the left of Q. That is second to the left of Q. So how do you represent this? Second to the left of Q. Q is on top row. Second to the left of Q will be this. First and second. And C faces that. Yes or no? C faces the vacant seat, which is second to the left of Q. Q dash dash. Second to the left of Q. Again, left of Q is not taken on the right hand side because Q is facing south. The one whose birthday is in May faces the one who sits fourth to the right of the one whose birthday is in April. This is interesting. The one whose birthday is in May faces the one who sits fourth to the right of the one whose birthday is in April. Whose birthday is in April? Whose birthday is in April? The person who comes here. Right? Now, fourth to the right of this person. Fourth to the right of this person. Fourth to the right of this person. See, this is the one whose birthday is in April. Fourth to the right of this person. First, second, third, fourth is this position. Right? So the one whose birthday is in May faces the one who sits fourth to the right of the one whose birthday is in April. Understand, May will come here. See, who is fourth to the right of April? First, second, third, fourth. This position is fourth to the right of April. Now, the one whose birthday is in May faces the one who's fourth to the right of April. Fourth to the right of April is this person. May will face that person. So May comes on the top right extreme end. Okay. Next point. There is only one seat between the one whose birthday is in July and the one whose birthday is in May. This is also useful. There's only one seat between the one whose birthday is in July and the one whose birthday is in May. May is fixed now. So there's only one seat between July and May. So I can say July comes here. Right? There's only one seat. There's only one seat. There's only one seat between the one whose birthday is in July and the one whose birthday is in May. So July comes here. July is also fixed directly. The one whose birthday is in December sits immediately left of the one whose birthday is in October. Now this cannot be used immediately because he says December is on the immediate left of October. The confusion that I have is where are December and October? Are they in the top row or in the bottom row? Depending on that, we have to fill the positions, right? December is on the immediate left of October. But December on immediate left of October could mean two different things depending on whether the December and October are facing north or December and October are facing south. Okay. So don't use December and October immediately. I think that's not going to give anything at this point of time. Now look at this statement. The one whose birthday is in October is an immediate neighbor of P. Now this is useful. What does it tell you? The one whose birthday is in October is an immediate neighbor of P. Meaning October is in the top row. Why is October in the top row? Because P is in the top row. P is in the top row. October is an immediate neighbor of P, meaning October is also in the top row. If October is in the top row, December also will be in the top row because December is on the immediate left of October. So December and October both are in the top row. That is clear now. December and October both are in the top row. And December is on the immediate left of October, meaning December and October should come together. So the only two places where they can come together are these two. In the top row, the only two consecutive positions available are these two for months. This is not available. Only these two are consecutively available. Now, December is on immediate left of October. So October has to come here and December comes here. Remember, top row is facing south. Immediate left of October should be on the right side of October. You getting it? Immediate left of October would mean our right side. Immediate left of October would mean our right side on paper. So October and December have to take those two positions. Are you getting it? August, October, December, July, and May. We have got the sequence of months for the top row. So the one whose birthday is in December sits on the immediate left of the one whose birthday is in October. At that point of time, we didn't know where are October and December, top row or bottom row. But then next point said, the one whose birthday is in October is an immediate neighbor of P. Since October is a neighbor of P, October has to be in the top row. In October is in the top row, December also is in the top row. In the top row, persons are facing south. So keeping that in mind, we have fixed December on the immediate left of October like this. Now understand, we know that there are only 5 persons in each row. M, N, O, P, Q are in top row, A, B, C, D are in the bottom row. Since there are only 5 persons in top row and 5 months have been fixed here, this means this is vacant. So the vacant seat has to come here for the top row. Are you able to follow? Since there are 5 months and there are 5 persons, there will be 5 months. We have already got the 5 months. So the place where we have not got the month is the vacant seat. Yes or no? For vacant seat, there won't be any month. So this is the vacant seat. Now, look at this. This point can be used. This pictorial representation we have done, right? Vacant seat and M. This is for the top row, so M has to come here. This is done. This point can also be used. What is this point? Vacant seat dash Q. So vacant seat dash Q has to come here. And this vacant seat will be facing C. So C has to come here. Yes or no? Q dash vacant seat, Q dash vacant seat, and vacant seat is opposite to C. Done. What else can be done? Q is opposite to vacant seat. Look at this point. Q is opposite to vacant seat. So vacant seat has to come here. Yes or no? Q is opposite to vacant seat. Done. This anyway we have used. Then July and E will be opposite. See, July and E will be opposite. July is fixed, right? July is fixed. So this has to be E. Yes or no? Now this also can be fixed. B dash 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 D. B dash 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 D. That's the only possibility. Yes or no? B and D can also be fixed, right? How did we get this point, by the way? B dash 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 D. I'm wondering if it is B dash dash D or swapping is also possible. How did we fix that? B dash 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 D. Check. There are 3 seats between B and D. So I have to be careful. That's what I was wondering. There are 3 seats between B and D. There are 3 seats between B and D. B and D can be swapped. Their positions can be swapped. There are 3 seats between B and D. Meaning it can be B triple dash D or D triple dash B. But then we know that D faces N. See, we know that D faces N. Look at this point. D has to face N. Can I put D here? No. Because if you put D here, D is facing M. So D cannot come here. D has to come here. And then N has to come here. So D facing N is also done. And N will not be in May. That also is done. We know that N was not born in May. N was born in October. Yeah, fixed. And if this is D, then this has to be B. B dash 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 D or D dash 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 B. So this point has been used in this pictorial representation. I think all the pictorial representations are used and we are largely done. Except a few months. So in the top row, if you see now, so August and July, the persons have to be filled. Who are they? P and O. We know that P, this point, the one whose birthday is in October is an immediate neighbor of P. October is an immediate neighbor of P. October is a neighbor of P, so P has to come here. P cannot come here. October should be neighbor of P, right? So October is a neighbor of P. And then O comes here. So I think top row is done. P, N, Q, O, vacant seat M. Months are August, October, December, July, dash May. Now look at the bottom row. Bottom row also the persons are fixed. A, D, vacant seat, E, C, B. Months have to be fixed. I think the last few points which you have not used, right? That will give us the months. The one whose birthday is in September faces the one who sits adjacent to the vacant seat. The one whose birthday is in September faces the one who is adjacent to vacant seat. See, vacant seat is this. Who's adjacent to vacant seat? O and M. So the one whose birthday is in September faces either O or M. But E is already in Feb, right? You're able to follow. The one whose birthday is in September faces the one who sits adjacent to vacant seat. So September has to come for B. You understand? September, the one whose birthday is in September faces the one, faces M, who's adjacent to vacant seat. September faces M, who's adjacent to vacant seat. Right? That's the only possibility. There's no other way out. Whose birthday in September should be facing the one who's adjacent to vacant seat. So September is facing M, who's adjacent to vacant seat. Right? The one whose birthday is in June sits adjacent to the one who faces the one whose birthday is in July. Yeah. The one whose birthday is in June sits adjacent to the one who faces the one whose birthday in July. Whose birthday in July? O. Who faces July? E. He says the one whose birthday is in June. June sits adjacent to the one who faces July. I mean, these are complex statements. You have to read, break it into parts and then understand. See, who faces the one whose birthday is in July? E. So I can say this is E. Right? So the one whose birthday is in June sits adjacent to E. The one who faces the one whose birthday is in July is E. So the one whose birthday is in June sits adjacent to, now the statement becomes E. The one whose birthday is in June sits adjacent to E. So June is adjacent to E. June is adjacent to E. The only way out is this. Because this is vacant seat. Done. I think we are done. Only 1 month is left out. That has to come for A. Which is that month? Feb is there. April, May, June, all are there. August, September, October. December. November is not there. November has to come for A. Yeah. And then there is this last point. One seat is vacant between D and D. We have already got that. No, one seat is vacant. So look at this. This last point is actually useless. Useless as in we don't even need that. Without that also we have got the answer. What is the last point? The one seat is vacant between D and E. We have already got one seat vacant between D and E. Why do we need that? And this point also, we did not use this point. You see, O does not sit at any extreme ends of the line. Did we use that point? No. We've already got that O is not at the extreme end, right? So what is the point I'm trying to make? These points which have been highlighted in yellow, right? These have not even been used by us. Which means we are actually doing it very, very sharply and nicely. Again, you can argue that I'm taking too much of time, but then I'm explaining it to you. I'm not solving it myself. You're getting it? The points which have been highlighted in yellow have not even been used by us. So I can say the data is more than sufficient. 2 extra points have been given. This O does not sit at the extreme end of the line, and 1 seat is vacant between D and E are all extra points. We don't even need this. Without that, I've got the arrangement. P, N, Q, O, M, A, D, E, C, B. Right? We can now answer the questions. Answering questions is very, very easy. Once the arrangement is done, answering the questions is easy. Look at this. How many persons sit between P and O? How many sit between P and O? Between P and O. Between P and O, there are 2 persons, N and Q. So 2 is the answer. Right? 4 of the 5 are alike in a certain way and so form a group. Which one does not belong to that group? So find out P April, O June, E December. P April, O June, E December. Okay. C May, D August. C May and D August. I think in my view C May is the answer here. C May is the answer here. I think so. I'll tell you why. See, what is the relationship between P April? What is the relationship between P April? Opposite to P, A. And right of A is April. Opposite right, opposite right, opposite right. You're able to follow. P April is opposite right. Opposite is A and then right. Similarly, EQ. Opposite is O and right of O is, sorry, E December, right? E December. What was the second option? Third option, E December. E December mein what happens? E's opposite is O and right is December. So opposite right. Similarly, O June. Opposite right. O June is also opposite right. Getting me? D August is also opposite right. Opposite and right. D August. Last option was D August, right? D August maybe. We find that D's opposite is N and then right of N is August. Except C May. Because in C May, if you see, opposite is vacant seat and left is May. This is opposite left. Opposite is vacant seat and then left is May. You getting it? Opposite to C is vacant seat and then left is May. So I think C May is the odd one. Because everywhere else it is opposite right. Opposite of P and then right of that person is April. Opposite of O and then right of that person is June. Opposite of E and then right of that person is December. Opposite of D and then right of that person is August. Here it is opposite of C and left. So C May. Now, which of the following statements are not true? Be careful, which of the statements are not true? E faces one of the immediate neighbor of Q. E faces one of the immediate neighbor of Q is true, right? Immediate neighbor of Q is O and E faces O. So that is true. We have to find out what is not true. Yes or no? Which of the following statements is not true? E faces one of the immediate neighbor of O is not true. I mean, which E faces the immediate neighbor of O is true. D faces the one whose birthday is in August. D faces August. No, D faces October. You see, D faces October. So this is not true, and hence that will be the answer. I mean, possible answer. We have to check this thing. Both 1 and 3 cannot be the answer because 1 is already wrong. So both 1 and 3 cannot be false. Only one person sits between Q and M. Only one person sits between Q and M. No, only one person sits between Q and M. Yes, this also is true. Only one person sits between Q and M. See, don't say 2 persons are sitting between Q and M. 2 seats are between Q and M, but only one person O is sitting. This is the vacant seat. Be careful. Be careful, guys. Only one person sitting between Q and M. True or false? It is true. Why? The only person who is sitting between Q and M is O. This is a vacant seat. There are 2 seats between Q and M, but there is only one person between Q and M. So only one person sitting between Q and M is a true statement, and hence it is not the answer here. Because we want to find out what is not true. So not true is B. Not true is B. A is true, C is true, D anyway is wrong. None of this is not the answer because B is incorrect here. Be careful. I am sure some of you will say only one person sits between Q and M is false because you find 2 seats between Q and M. But 2 seats does not mean 2 persons. 2 seats with only one person. Okay? Next one. What is the position of O with respect to N? O with respect to N. O with respect to N. Second to the left of N. With respect to N, right? So from N you are going on the left side. Remember, N is facing south. N is facing south. So this side is considered as left side of N. So first and second. Second to the left of N. O sits second to the left of N. Second to the left of N. O is second to the left of N. And the last question. Who sits second to the left of the one whose birthday is in February? Second to the left of Feb. Second to the left of Feb. Who is second to the left of Feb? Find out. Feb is here, right? Second to the left. See, Feb is facing north. So left should be taken on the left side. Second to the left of Feb, first and second. April, D. Who sits second to the left of the one whose birthday is in Feb? Whose birthday is in Feb? E's birthday is in Feb. Second to the left of E is D. So answer should be D. Who sits second to the left of the one whose birthday is in Feb? D. Done. I think questions have been answered, and which was very easy. The only thing which may take time is the arrangement. However, not a very complex one. I think in one attempt itself we got it. All these are pictorial representations. So if you can do it quickly and understand the hidden clues, you should be able to convert this to 5 marks in about 4 to 5 minutes. So if I am, let's say, given a choice to attempt one puzzle between this one and the previous one that we have solved, right? 8 boxes of different colors, different colored balls inside each box, different number of balls inside each box. And this one, I would definitely choose this. One, because I have solved such type of puzzles in the past. Linear arrangements, we have done multiple times of 2 rows linear arrangement. Second thing is, this looks relatively easier when compared to the previous one, right? There are too many attributes. First, you have to arrange 8 boxes, different color boxes, one above the other. Then find out which box has got how many balls, and then find out what is the color of the balls. Complex. Appears to be complex when compared to this one. Okay? So, yeah, choose the questions wisely. Very, very important. When you are attempting the reasoning section, right, in your SBI exam, choose the questions that you answer very, very wisely. Alright, so I think we are done here. There are other questions also from yesterday's already a mock exam, in the reasoning section, but all those are much simpler when compared to what we have solved. I mean, syllogisms, coded inequalities, coding and decoding, right, are easy to solve. So you can just refer to the solutions which are available in the practice test which was conducted yesterday, already a mock exam that was conducted yesterday, and get the answers to those questions in case you have not been able to solve. And with this, I would like to close the session here. Thank you once again for joining us. This was session number 30, live session number 30 as a part of your 21-day preparation marathon for SBI PO, which was brought to you by TalentSprint, right? We conducted 10 all India mock exams from 8th June to 28th June, and each of these all India mock exams was discussed. The questions asked were discussed through live classes, one live class for each subject. So 10 exams and 3 subjects, so 3 live classes per exam. 30 live sessions are done with this one today, and you have the 31st live session tomorrow, which will be on SBI PO exam strategy. Remember, your SBI PO exam starts day after tomorrow. I mean, you don't have to remember, I'm sure you know that. SBI PO exam starts day after tomorrow. So tomorrow, Saturday, we'll be conducting a live session at 11 a.m. on the SBI PO exam strategy, where there are certain things that I'll discuss which can help you double your chances of success. I may not be able to tell you the number of questions that you have to attempt, the expected cutoff, or also I may not be able to tell you how many questions, minimum number of questions that you must answer to get the call for the next round. But what I can definitely tell you tomorrow is certain things which you must follow so as to improve your chances of success. So please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. in our session on SBI PO exam strategy, double your chances of success. Until then, relax, because this is the time when you should not be worried about preparation or unnecessarily panic. So keep yourselves calm and composed, relax, have a good sleep. We'll meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m. to discuss the exam strategy. Thank you once again for joining us. See you all tomorrow. Take care.